themselves nearly up by 20 points at halftime. Well, there are the visiting fans who've made the short journey from Japan all the way here to New Taipei City, and they will be looking to see their national team, the Akatsuki Japan, go 2-0 here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Well, it's the third time we've had the windows here in qualification for the World Cup in Japan. Even though they hosted the last World Cup, they did qualify in fine fashion after that historic win in the first round against Australia back in the summer of 2018. While we're looking at this national team, you got to remember, every player plays in the domestic league of the Japanese B-League, and there are 6 B-League champions. There's one of them, Hugh Watanabe, who did win in 2023 with the Ryukyu Golden Kings. But of course, in that last game against Chinese Taipei, they were led by Yuta Watanabe with 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. But the most efficient player was Sun Rocket Shibuya player, and that was Josh Jorgensen, who indeed was only 2 assists away from a double-double. Now, indeed, it's time to introduce Chinese Taipei, and I think the problem for Chinese Taipei on the road against Japan was one too many turnovers. If you look at that game and you really, analyze it thoroughly, well, they were dominated in many categories. Japan had 25 points from turnovers, 20 fast break points, and they also had 32 bench points. Well, the one area in which Chinese Taipei did equally match up against Akatsuki Japan were points in the paint. Both teams did finish with 30, but individually, they did have 3 players in double figures. The likes of Brandon Gilbert, who finished with 23. Well, Chinese Taipei's player at the CBA in China, Benson Lin, he finished with 13 points, but also was 3 rebounds away from a potential double-double, as well as Taoyuan Pilots player Justin Liu, who finished with 11 and also 8 rebounds. Well, this is a talented team. There's no doubt about it. The problem for them was confidence. They've got to play from the backcourt. Well, there's Joseph Lin, former Taipei Fubon Braves player. Now, he plays in this arena in the Xinjiang Stadium for the New Taipei Kings. Well, his brother, the infamous Lin Sanity, having just retired this past season. Well, there's Ray Chen, another key player, plays for the Beijing Ducks in China's CBA. Because he wasn't fit 100% in that last game. He was off the back of a little bit of an injury. Jonah Morrison, who you may remember has featured in many qualifiers, along with Josh Chu, does play in this city for Taipei Fubon Braves. Oh, Jimmy Xie, the undersized center that does stand at 199 centimeters. And there's Manu Samuel. There's the big fella. Now remember, he did go out of the game with an injury, so we're going to have to really monitor him. There's Justin Liu, BCL Asia top 5, because he was magnificent for head coach Jürgen Kamenos in the BCL Asia, getting his team all the way to Dubai. And Jack Sun, was formerly in the B-League, now currently back in the P-League here in Japan, and head coach Gianluca Tucci. But now basketball fans, so we're going to stand for the national anthems of these 2 teams and pay our respect, and we kindly ask if you're able to do so, to do the same.
Please remain standing for the anthem of Chinese Taipei Olympic Committee. 接下来播放中华台北奥会会歌。 Please be seated. Thank you.
National anthems of both Chinese Taipei and Japan have been sung, and now players and coaches will shake hands with each other and pay each other homage. We're now moments away from tip-off, live here at the Xinzhuang Gymnasium in New Taipei City. About 20 points from Yuta Watanabe in the last matchup between these two teams in Kobe, Japan. And Gianluca Tucci knows he needs a big response from his players, especially the backcourt players. Well, there are 3 referees for tonight's game, and we have Prita Muangmi from Thailand, Ryan Jones from New Zealand, and Oh Xiong Chan coming from Malaysia. Our commissioner and technical delegate is Mr. Andrew Te, infamous with his time as his important work with the PBA in the Philippines. And again, a big thank you and a shout out to our officiating team. We're going to take a look at the starting 5, and we'll begin with the visitors, the Akatsuki Japan. Seiya Ando now with the Yokohama because says one of the 6 B-League champions in this squad. But it's all going to be about Chiba Jets, man. Yuta Watanabe, along with his 2 Jets teammates in Shuta Hada and Yuki Togashi, Tama Vass, head coach yet again of this team. There's a lot of options you can go to. I mean, you can pick and play around with the lineup, but Takumi Saito of Nagoya Diamond Dolphins will be in the backcourt. Now they're giving a start here to the Shinshu Brave Warriors, man. Well, it's actually not Yuta Watanabe, it's Hugh Watanabe. So I believe it's going to be Yuta in the lineup. But Yudai Baba, Yudai Nishida, and Josh Hawkinson, the man who was 2 assists away from a triple-double in the last win. Well, there's head coach Tama Vass. Had 1 season in the NBA with the Atlanta Hawks, then quickly went to Japan, where he then played many years professionally. Of course, played with the former Toyota Pacers and also finished with the Toshiba Red Thunders back in 2001, where he averaged a double-double that season. Gianluca Tucci, of course, putting 2 of his CBA players in the lineup with Ray Chen and Benson Lin. Now remember, Ray Chen wasn't 100%. Justin Liu with Italian Pilots partnered with Jack Sun. Those 2 competed in a P-League final last season, the best-of-7 series, while top scorer Brandon Gilbeck will be the man in the middle. Well, Gianluca Tucci, of course, prior to coming to Chinese Taipei as a national team coach, worked for many years with the likes of Siddigus Avellino and as an assistant in Venezia. The Italian national, of course, they're at home. They got to take care of business. It's as simple as that. Well, basketball fans, again, it's the 2nd game between these 2 teams here in Group B. Remember, Korea currently up against China. That's taking place now in the 3rd quarter. The Koreans still holding on to a 13-point lead, as both Japan and Korea will look to remain undefeated. But can Chinese Taipei, with the home court advantage here in New Taipei City, bounce this back, turn this around? Well, they're going to have to match up against a very physical and hungry Japanese defense. Well, these 2 teams have had many meetings over the past years. Remember, Chinese Taipei, the last time they won in a FIBA World Cup qualifying matchup against Japan was back in 2017. And it's going to be Justin Liu with the first possession. How well is Chinese Taipei's defense going to match up? And can their offense battle here against the physical and intense Japanese B-League players? Gilbert kicks out. They get a wide open 3. It's not going to go, but it's a good look. Japan. Why, oh why did he save that? Jack Sang should have left that one going out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover. Well, Gianluca Tucci doesn't seem too infuriated, but it's the officials just having a word about this one. Well, we just need to review the shot clock, actually. So 21 seconds. This wasn't full possession for Chinese Taipei. Hawkinson flashing down to the left side. Matched up by Gilbeck, getting a handoff. And that's going to be a foul called against Lutsen Chang, Justin Liu. But he's an intense defender. And you want to know where it comes from. Playing for head coach Yogi Kamenos at Taiyuan Pilots. He was great last season in the BCL Asia. Josh Hawkinson, good ball reversal. Baba going down low to Watanabe. Benson Lin trying to stand strong. Good defense. As Ray Chen comes up with a rebound. And now Chinese Taipei want to run. It's a home court advantage. This crowd needs to be a big factor tonight. He goes down the middle, inside the paint. Two good looks for Chinese Taipei, but unable to convert. Well, aggressive defense coming. Benson Lin tries to save it, and great hustle. Throwing that one off of Takumi Saito. And that's the effort Chinese Taipei must display this evening. Well, look at the closeout by Lutsen Chang. I mean, you could argue it could have been a foul, but even so, great hustle by Benson Lin. Japan had 90 points in that last victory against Chinese Taipei only a few days ago, and only 11 turnovers. Ray Chen kicks out. Benson Lin, he'll fire the three, and finally gets one to drop. Chinese Taipei breaking the dust. Well, that is the CBA combo. Ray Chen with the penetration and the kick out. Because Benson Lin hit those 2 3-pointers in the second half against Chinese Taipei and Kobe, Japan. Crash defense, good anticipation. And Lutsen Chang causing problems to Watanabe. And the bank is open. Well, he had to make that one because that was a low percentage attempt. The Chinese Taipei happy to play run and gun basketball. Yudai Nishida. Well, they force a switch. Is now Lin having to defend, but now Baba, he'll fire the three. That's in and out, no good. Ray Chen comes up with it. Well, Chinese Taipei, you can feel the euphoria in their play at the moment. Lin going behind the back, get him rejected. Good defense by Yuta Watanabe. Well, shot selection's got to be key tonight. Chinese Taipei, they want to play with confidence. You got to remember, Japan's defense is just so strong. Gilbeck, time is winding down here. Oh, Gilbeck was wide open, but Ray Chen goes himself. And 3 opening triples. Sanfa chose, as they say in Taipei. The foul is going to be called against Ray Chen. Well, the question's going to be, if they're going to take 3-pointers all night long, can they continue to convert? Remember, Chinese Taipei actually hold the record in the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers against Malaysia for points and 3-pointers made. It's back in 2019. Saito, handoff here with Josh Hawkinson. Well, Hawkinson will fire up. Can't get it, but Japan get an offensive board. Well, Nishida. Time and space, and that just gets the first 3 points for Akatsuki Japan. Well, Yudai Nishida had a very good run last season with the Seahorses of Macau and making it into the B-League playoffs. Well, Gilbeck. That's the post up here against Hawkinson. Trying to go for the force. Too short, but an offensive rebound by Jack Sang. Got to go up with it. And something Chinese Taipei didn't get too many of in that opening game. Second chance opportunities. Not a team making a sub yet, but we've only played 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Nishida working the screen. A foul is going to be called against Brandon Gilbeck. Well, this is better from Japan. Running that calm bull screen scenario, just allowing the guards to be a little bit more creative. This is big by Jack Sang. As I said, they weren't able to kill up with many offensive boards, but look at Ray Chen. The Sanfa Cho from downtown New Taipei City. Baba tries to penetrate. And that's gonna be another foul. If it's on Ray Chen, that's number 2. And John Lucatucci, well, Ray Chen should know better. Whenever you come from behind to attempt a block, you just invite the official to make a decision. So Chen probably is going to have to come out of the game. And he's their star point guard. As Yudai Baba now at the free throw line here for the Akatsuki Japan. Well, Yudai Baba, as mentioned in the last game back in 2019, led Alvak Tokyo to the FIBA Asia Champions Cup trophy winner against Ariadi in Thailand. Second free throw good. 6-point lead still here to Chinese Taipei. Ray Chen matched up with Yudai Baba. Benson Lin, pump fakes. Goes for another three. Chinese Taipei coming up with a 50-50. Keep working the ball screen with Brandon Gilbert. Tough pass. I mean, it's the right idea, but Brandon Gilbert had to work hard to catch that one. Well, Keisei Tominaga into the lineup now. Yuda Nishida's going to take a breather. Tominaga had quite a good game with these two teams met in Kobe. Tominaga did end up finishing the game with only 13 points, but 2 out of 6 on the perimeter. Did finish with 5 rebounds. Because his father represented Japan at the 1998 FIBA World Cup in Athens, Greece. Tominaga off the bench. Gilbert comes up with a rebound. Now Lu Sun Chiang. Chinese Taipei just need to continue executing this ball screen scenario with Brandon Gilbert. Benson. The space goes baseline. Time winding down here for Ray Chen. Lu Sun Chiang takes a deep one. And Wilkinson just able to prevent the offensive ball by Jack Sung. Again, a good defense. Can Chinese Taipei push? Watanabe waiting, hangs, and what a finish by Taoyuan Payan pilots Lu Sun Chiang. Justin down the middle. It's one thing that's better in Chinese Taipei's defense. They're much more alert with every Japanese backdoor play, but a nice take by Takumi Saito. Well, Nagoya Diamond Dolphins' #1 point guard showing a lot of composure here early on. Gilbert may have got away with a few steps. Gilbert now. Tough fadeaway. Japan looking to cut this down to a 2-possession ball game. Tominaga, well, has space for the 3. Just still warming up coming off the bench. Ray Chen goes back door. Now for the reverse slam. That time, Yudai Bama's defense just got caught sleeping. Nice pass by Jack Sang. Nice finish in transition by Tominaga. And how quickly Akatsuki Japan are able to convert. They just go right away in transition, even when being scored on. Lu Sun Chiang bucks contact. Doesn't get the ad one, but Justin will go to the free throw line. Well, double change coming in. Shuta Hata of the Chiba Jets. Along with Seiya Ando of Yokohama Biko says so. Ray Chen with 341, who does have 2 fouls, is going to the bench. Nice finish by Keisei Tominaga. The Chinese Taipei had their free throw struggles in that opening game. Yes, something that really did actually hurt them. Lu Sun Chiang was 1 for 4 from the free throw line. The thing is, he does get to the charity stripe quite a lot, whether it's in the P-League or whether we saw it in BCL Asia, because he was unable to play at the FIBA Asia Cup after picking up that injury in Dubai at BCL Asia. Second free throw good. 7-point Chinese Taipei lead. Shuta Hata Just wants to get that post entry to Yuta Watanabe. When they take the gamble, Watanabe goes in. Too big, too strong, simply just too good. Patience is a virtue. And now makes it a 2-possession ball game. As you see in the last game, he was 5 assists away from a potential double-double. Yuta Watanabe, and also 5 rebounds away from a potential triple-double. ACU is in the lineup. Well, Sang could have gone for the post entry and probably should have gone for it. Good defense by the Akatsuki Japan. Well, he's had a good start in this game, Jack Sung, but there's the seal off by Yuta Watanabe. Chinese Taipei denying, but now picking up a foul. And that's a poor foul to give away because they're going to send Shutahara to the free throw line. But this is good for Japan. Right there, no need for that. That's the first one. That's the second one. That's quite reckless if you ask me. Jack Sang has got to be better. Well, Joseph Lin checking in for Benson Lin. Because Joseph Lin sanity. Shutahara just short on the free throw. Because along with Yuki Togashi is Chiba Jets teammate. 2021 B-League champion. Because made it to the B-League Finals in 2023, only losing to the Ruku Golden Kings. They won the Emperor's Cup that year. He was coached by John Patrick, former MRP Riesen Ludwigsburg coach. John Patrick was actually here in Chinese Taipei in this arena coaching New Taipei City Kings. But unfortunately, has parted ways, so all the best to Coach John Patrick. Still a 2-possession lead for Chinese Taipei. ACU, now Sang. Well, Lin goes back door. It's a poor pass. He was wide open. But now here comes Japan. Sando back to Hawkinson. Nice passing. And that is going to be another foul on Sung. Well, he is having a nightmare here in the last few minutes. Look at the nice give and go between Sando and Josh Hawkinson. Well, Sang, like Ray Ched, now picking up his second personal, so he has to leave the game. As Jonah Morrison checking into the lineup now. Seiya Ando. Of course, plays, as I mentioned, the B-League. He spent the last 4 years with Shimane Susanna Magic, now with Yokohama B Corsairs, but he actually didn't begin his career in the B-League. Because he started his career in the NBL in Canada for the Halifax Rainmen, and then spent the Governor's Cup season with the Morocco Bolts in the PBA in the Philippines. He only joined the B-League in 2016 with the Akita Northern Happy Nets. Of course, he was teammates with Yudai Baba, winning the FIBA Asia Champions Cup when he played for Alvac Tokyo. Morrison, almost threw it right away, comes up with it, and just able to come up with it. Chinese Taipei extending back to a 2-possession lead. Tominaga trying to kick out. Mutsun Chang comes up with it. It's a 3-on-2 for Chinese Taipei. Justin goes in with the left hand and finishes, extending their lead to 7. We're now into 2 minutes. It's a solid 4-0 run coming from Chinese Taipei. The atmosphere here in New Taipei City at the Xinzhuang Stadium starting to come to life again. Well, Morrison's got to commit the switch because Seiya Ando makes him pay. Well, miscommunication now officially. Well, that's such a 2-point. He had his foot on the line. Joseph Lin thought about taking the 3-pointer. Now going to Jonah Morrison. Nice kick out in the corner. ACU wide open. Wow. I would say right there, you can see foul is going to be committed, but Tominaga in a contact coming from behind when he went for the rebound against Jonah Morrison. You You can already see Coach Gianluca Tucci telling his players, listen, we have no fouls to give. Stop sending them to the free throw line. Well, Watanabe, of course, has had his struggles from the free throw line. He's a great player. He's now in his second season in the B League as we speak with the Chiba Jets. Just gets a second one to drop. 3-point lead still with 1:03 to go here in the first quarter. And Gilbeck just being a pressure reliever here for Chinese Taipei's backcourt. Of course, ACU accustomed to playing against all these Japanese players. He does play in the B League with the Shiga Lakes. Well, they go for a three in the corner. It's up. Well, they haven't made one since making that third one by Ray Chen. And Japan could go 2 for 1. Sanda looking to level things up. They have a quick three-pointer. Can't convert. Japan have fouls to give. There's one of them. That's on Shutahara. Well, Benson Lin coming back into the lineup. He's going to rebound this one with 28.9 seconds. 11 seconds difference between game and shot clock currently. Japan still with 2 good fouls to give potentially, but they want to give one final possession. Gilbeck. Wu Chang. Well, didn't know what to do, but Gilbeck comes up with it. Got to go up with it. Gets his own rebound. And Big Man finally gets it to drop, giving Chinese Taipei a 5-point lead. But Japan, maybe one final play. Yuta Watanabe. And that's not going to go as we end the first quarter. Chinese Taipei, after a heavy defeat in Kobe, Japan, currently have a slender lead against Tama Vasa's Akatsuki Japan. Well, it's been quite an exciting start here in New Taipei City. Ray Chen currently does have 2 fouls. He became the Sanford Cho party early on with Benson Lin. Because then he took another quick one. The bank was open. Gianluca Tucci right now will be somewhat relieved with his team at the moment. Both teams, of course, it's actually Chinese Taipei, but the free throws have actually been the big difference for Japan, but they are down by 5 points. We'll take a look at the highlights here from the first quarter. Well, we began here with Yudai Nishida. They were down 9-0. That was the first field goal, but look at this from Ray Chen. Sanford Chopati, step back right in the face of Yudai Baba. And Jack saying one of the crucial plays he had this game was this offensive rebound. And Chinese Taipei know if they can get more of those, well, they can open up the game a lot more. That was Lu Chang avoiding the block of Yuta Watanabe. Well, Chinese Taipei, 10 points off of Japanese turnovers, 12 points inside the paint, and 7 fast break points already. But that was Yuta Watanabe. Tough play to seal off, able to use the bank. And that time, Jonah Morrison could have come up with a turnover, but again, Justin Liu straight at the defense with the left hands. Well, he's got 5 points, Justin Liu, second leading scorer, right behind Benson Lin. Brandon Gilbeck, that's only his first field goal of the game. Well, fans, use that QR code and download Courtside 1891, where you can get all the live stream schedules and scores of international basketball. Courtside 1891, download it today using that QR code. It looks like Watanabe is going to go to the bench. Brandon Gilbeck was the only player that played all 10 minutes, actually alongside Lu Chang. So the difference in this game is Yuki Togashi, the first ever $1 million Japanese player. Number 2 is just subbed into the game. Chiba Jets number 1. Because I was about to say, Japan had the benefit of having a lot more depth. Welcome back, everybody. Live here in New Taipei City at the Xinzhuang Gymnasium for this game in the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers between Chinese Taipei and Japan. Baba. Nice pass goes in. That's going to be a basket interference. Not quite sure who it was, but either Brandon Gilbeck or Jonah Morrison touched the rim. It was Jonah Morrison. I don't know, it's either one of them, actually. Let's see from here. Well, Morrison touched the net. There you go. Oh, it's Morrison. Well, Benson Lin, Ray Chen on the floor in the backcourt along with Lutsun Chang, which also has Jonah Morrison, the power forward, still Brandon Gilbeck. Morrison penetrates. Good defense. And a foul is going to be called against Hidotaka Yoshi. Well, Yoshi did everything right, but it was allowing Jonah Morrison to come up with his own rebound. That's a good take by Jonah Morrison. Jonah Morrison actually made his debut with Chinese Taipei in the summer of 2021 when we were back in the global pandemic, because that was during the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. This was born in 2000 in Tophen, Chinese Taipei. Stands at 203 centimeters. Currently playing for Yogi Kamenos in the Taiyuan Paiyan Pilots, the defending P-League champions. Right, missed both free throws. Three-point lead to Chinese Taipei. And an offensive foul is going to be called. Wow, who have they called this one on? Well, Tagashi was about to turn it over. Trying to throw a jump pass. What's an illegal screen against Hidotaka Yoshi. Second foul against Yoshi here in the first 38 seconds. Which enables Chinese Taipei to try and get the first 2 points. Wei Chen may have got away with a travel. Gets it back from Lutsun Chang, misses. But Justin Liu comfortably gets a rebound and extends it back to a 5-point lead. But Japan just being challenged at the moment. Yoshida gets to the bucket, misses the layup. Now Ray Chen finds his Taiyuan Paiyan Pilots teammate, Brandon Gilbeck. Well, right idea, but well, I've seen him throw a few of those with the Pilots in BCL Asia. That definitely would have set the roof off. Wow, imagine if he connected with that one. Only 9 turnovers between these two teams. 3 fouls on Ray Chen. That's a kick out to Hawkinson, wide open. 3 is up, and it's good. From the Sun Rocket Shibuya big man. Running it down now to a 2-point deficit. Benson Lin matched up with Yuki Togashi. Morrison, he'll fire an open 3. That was way off the mark. And now here comes Japan. They can tie the game up, maybe take the lead with a 3-pointer. Wei Chen trying to prevent Togashi getting the handoff. And now Nishida. Thinks about an ISO. There's the fadeaway, goes in. Unable to get it. That's better defense by Chinese Taipei. Because that time forcing Nishida into the isolation. Every player defending away from the ball. And a foul is going to be called against Yuki Togashi. This could be a 13th foul against Akatsuki Japan. Well, Chen does have that size advantage against Yuki. Well, Manu checking into the game for the first time here for Chinese Taipei. As well as Hugh Watanabe, the only player in this Japanese national team that plays in the 2nd division with the Shinshu Brave Warriors. Chinese Taipei going with a bit of a smaller lineup. Now Jonah Morrison's gone to the bench. Manu puts it on the ground. Gets a handoff. Good passing. But Japan comes up with it. Now Baba wants a run. Again for a second consecutive offense. Togashi looking to give them the lead. He's so quick coming off the dribble with that three-pointer. Japan right now only 2 for 9 from the three-point line. They had a better second half from the perimeter in Kobe in the first game between these two teams. Well, Manu, pick and pop three is up, making the fourth three-pointer for Chinese Taipei, and it's back to a 5-point lead. And I think Tom Avas has seen enough. He's going to call timeout. Well, they're living off the confidence they're getting from the perimeter. The question is, can they continue to do this all game long? Well, we are going to head down to Japan's bench and use that QR code and download Courtside 1891 to get all the best streams, schedules, and scores of international basketball. Courtside 1891, download it today. Oh, what an atmosphere. Sellout crowd, 7,000 capacity here in New Taipei City at the Xinjuang Gymnasium. The home arena of the New Taipei City Kings in the TPBL, one of the 2 top professional leagues in Chinese Taipei. Well, Chinese Taipei, interestingly, we talked about their fast break points. They had 7 of those in the first quarter at the end of the first. And they actually have 7 offensive boards, 5 more than Japan, which is a big world difference from when these two teams met only a few days ago. Well, 4 steals and already 12 points from Japan's turnovers. Because many fans here in Chinese Taipei of their different teams, whether it's the Plus League, the TPPL, or their respectively semi-pro league known as the SBL, because they love their basketball here in Chinese Taipei. Great to see the traveling fans from Japan making the journey, the very short journey, just south here to Chinese Taipei. Since Japan have 1 foul to give. We've only just played over 3 minutes. Nishida coming off 1 screen. Well, great work by Josh Hawkinson, allowing Nishida to get the wide open layup. Chen has made 1 3. He's fouled in the process, so Ray Chen will go to the free throw line. And that's the final foul for Akatsuki Japan to give away. Well, as I said, Japan just being tested. And every great team, you know, you got to come across these games here in the qualifiers. But it's down to the leadership, and who's a foul on? What's on Yudai Baba? One of their most experienced players. Well, Ray Chen last season in the Chinese Basketball Association was a 91% free throw shooter with the Beijing Ducks, but he misses the first free throw. Spent 7 seasons in the CBA with the Guangzhou Long Lions after playing NCAA Division I with Liberty University. Second one good, because he went to the United States to play academy basketball in North Carolina in 2011. 4 years NCAA Division II with Belmont Abbey College. 16 points per game in his final season with them before going to Division I. That's the third free throw to drop. 2 out of 3 for Ray Chen. Chinese Taipei haven't committed a foul here. Nishida, they go into the screen and makes them pay with his second three-pointer. Yudai Nishida, because he played at the last Basketball World Cup for Akatsuki Japan in Okinawa. Back to a 2-point ball game. Manu, now run to 10. Josh Chu gives this one up. Manu gets past Watanabe, goes in and finishes inside the paints. Well, Watanabe overcommitted on defense. Now wants to go back at him, goes in, gets rejected, but a foul has been given. Well, the home crowd infuriated. I'm not sure the foul is on Brandon Gilbeck, though. And you can see Gianluca Tucci just saying, "Zitto, keep quiet, please." Nobody pick up a technical. I think the foul's on Josh Chu. Well, tough one indeed. I think it's going to be on Josh Chu, but that looks like a good block on Brandon Gilbeck. But I could be wrong. But Watanabe yet again misses another free throw. So the foul indeed is on Josh Chu. So that, as I mentioned, was a good block by Brandon Gilbeck. Watanabe goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. While the Japanese fans watching. There's a bit of anxiety and excitement. Manu, quick double team coming from Japan's backcourt. Now they've got to regather. Chinese Taipei less inclined to go for a quick three-pointer. Comes that high pick and roll. Gilbeck, Chu's wide open. Bumps, throws it down. Jai-Yo from big man Brandon Gilbeck. Well, it's only a second field goal as they rebounds. Still a 5-point lead to Chinese Taipei. On Nishida, that's going to be a turnover. Good defense. Oh, show me the replay. Here's the ball screen. Ray Chen, somebody call the headmaster, the designated safeguarding lead. Because right now, we got bully basketball. Throw it down, Gilbeck. Throw it down. And he has a few words for him. Well, Chinese Taipei looking to extend their lead. 5:13 to go here in the second quarter. Gilbeck hasn't left the game. The biggest lead was at the beginning when they started 9-0. Ray Chen trying to find an opening. Tough contested three, and again, just not the best shot here. A lot more success when they go into the patient pick and roll with Brandon Gilbeck. Opens up the floor more. Now they go into the screen again against Nishida. And Chinese Taipei's defense haven't learned their lesson. Third three for Nishida. Second time Ray Chen went under the screen. You got to chase it. You got to hedge. Nishida hasn't missed a three tonight. Gilbert coming up for the screen. Benson Lin. Now looking to attack. Pulls up inside the paint. Watanabe comes up with a rebound. Now Japan looking to tie the game up. There's a kick out. Nishida's been on fire. 4-3 goes in. Well, can't get it. Well, good defense. And that's going back to Japan. Great defense by Takumi Saito. Gilbert couldn't contain the rebound. I think he said my bad, but a timeout is going to be called by Gianluca Tucci. His team holding on to a one-possession, 2-point lead against Japan here in the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup Qualifiers. We're live here in New Taipei City at the Xinzhuang Gymnasium. We're going to head down to Chinese Taipei's bench to find out what he has to say, but a much better starting for Chinese Taipei.
We need to recognize the skills of play. We cannot go under twice. Yeah, we're wait. We are playing too hard. Now it's time to put the ball. Right down.
Well, nobody for Chinese Taipei in double figures at the moment. Only Yuda Nishida is in double figures in this game. He has 13 points. He is 3 for 5 from the perimeter, but it's that man Ray Chen, along with Lu Tsun, Xiang, Justin Liu, who are leading the way for Chinese Taipei with 7 points each. To Watanabe, 2 out of 4 from the free throws. Only made 1 field goal. We saw that already in the first quarter with the seal-off in the paints. But Japan can tie the game up. Watanabe, defended by Benson Lin. Mid-range. Banks open. Second field goal for Watanabe. And he ties the game up at 33 apiece. Cool, calm, collected play by Yuta Watanabe. It's now ACU. Gilbeck. Want to come down for the double team. Well, Gilbeck may have got away. That's going to be it. Well, I think the first one was more an offensive foul than the second one. Gilbeck should have just gone right up with it after this one. I mean, can see a fling of the left arm, so take your pick which one you want. Right here with the left arm, watch. So he got away with that one. John Nicatucci can protest, but no basketball lawyer is going to win that debate. Second foul against Brandon Gilbeck. There's a big question now. Brandon Gilbeck hasn't left the game. Do you take him out now? Because the fear of that is Japan's going to have the height advantage with Josh Hawkinson. And the rotation, because the depth is bigger. So you don't want Japan to go on a run now. But if you are Japan, now is the time to build a lead going into the halftime break. Saito finds Shutahara, finds the three, and Chiba Jetsman buries it. Well, the Chiba Jets combo now on this 5-0 run, giving Japan a 3-point lead. Well, they got to get the ball over the halfway line. And Benson Lin going behind the back. Well, here comes a 7-0 run for Japan from Chiba Jets. Watanabe with 4, Shutahara with 3. Just like the first game, it's the full court man-to-man pressure that gave problems to Chinese Taipei. Lin tries to find separation. Jem pump fakes. Made one tonight, makes another one. 5th three of the game for Chinese Taipei, cutting it down to a 2-point deficit. We just saw some new Taipei Kings. Backroom stop there in the crowd. 4 threes have come in this quarter here for nice dive, goes in. Oh, baby! Nishida finding Hawkinson. Or was that Saito, excuse me. And still lead by 2. Ray Chen finds Gilbeck. Tough pass in the court. Oh, keeps this one alive, and Benson Lin, unfortunately, turns it over. Well, that would have been a wide open look for Benson Lin. Potentially the 6th three of the game for Chinese Taipei, but Brandon Gilbeck. Japan, so many options off the benches now. You can see Tominaga coming into the game. Well, Tom Avas is going to call timeout. 2:09 to go. His team lead by 4 here in the second quarter. A chance to further extend the lead, because when we come back, they will have possession. Well, we'll try to go down to the Akatsuki Japan's bench to find out what head coach Tom Avas has to say. His team right now turning the tide in this game. Well, 13 points so far here for United Nishida. Currently a 4-point lead to Japan with 2:09 to go. With live here in New Taipei City at the Shinjuan Gymnasium. Second game in this group here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. There's the other game going on. Korea with only under 4 minutes to go, leading by 20. They're looking to remain undefeated as they're at home at the Wonju Gymnasium in Korea against China. Chinese Taipei do have 2 fouls to give, but remember, Ray Chen, along with Brandon Gilbeck, has 2 fouls, but Gilbeck has gone to the bench. Jack Sang into the lineup. Saito, oh, between the legs, kick out. Sharing is caring. That would have been a serious play. Well, they want the seal off with Hawkinson. Tominaga pump fakes, goes in, can't get it. And a foul has been given. It's the problem when you take Brandon Gilbeck out of the game, because now Japan can actually get a lot more offensive rebounds. Not sure who the foul is on here. Now watch here, Hawkinson gets a rebound. Well, it's on ACU, I think, from behind, and I think that's quite a dangerous play. Let's have a look again. Watch ACU, number 7. Well, it's not that dangerous from that angle, but it's a foul, so I do take that back, of course, but from the previous angle, he deliberately pulled it back. Well, Josh Chu going to the bench here for Chinese Taipei. So far, Josh Chu has played 6 minutes. Just does have 1 assist. Well, our officials just deciding. Not sure if the discussion is currently about. The foul is on Ray Chen, apparently. And if that's on Ray Chen, that's his 3rd personal foul. So Chen's going to have to go back to the bench. Wilkinson makes the free throw. That's the foul they wanted to give away. Especially considering the run Japan is currently making here at the moment. The confidence they're building. Wilkinson makes them both. This has never shot below 78% in all the years he's played in the B League since joining Fighting Eagles in 2017, Josh Wilkinson. They have to bring Brandon Gilbert back in. 6-point lead to Japan. Chinese Taipei just being tested here in the last few minutes of the 2nd quarter. Over 90 seconds to go. Lin goes back door. ACU still got it with 5 seconds. While good defense by Shutahara. Yu still has it. Almost got it. But the 3's on dropping here for Chinese Taipei. Now Watanabe kicks out in the corner, finds Tominaga. And that falls into the hands of Justin Liu. But Japan haven't had the same success either from the 3-point line as they did in Kobe. Yu finds Gilbeck. In the corner, Benson Lin. But good work by Hawkinson, preventing Gilbeck from getting the offensive board. Well, good defense by Lu Tsun Chang. Chinese Taipei, if they go quickly, can't go 2 for 1. Lin fakes the pass, but just can't get past Watanabe. And here comes Ikatsuki Japan, a quick foul. It's not a bad foul to give away, because it doesn't send him to the free throw line. Well, ACU just preventing the quick fast break and to time that one quickly, because it could have been an unsportsmanlike foul. So sideline possession coming up. 5 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Neither team with any fouls to give. Chinese Taipei switching. Tominaga in the corner. But again, it's another offensive rebound by Watanabe. Still a bit of time difference. There's Tominaga again. Still can't get it. Now Chinese Taipei can't have the final bucket. Benson. Got to go quick. Bit of contact. Nothing going. Tominaga cross court. Not going to go. Well, not the best ending there in the 2nd quarter for Chinese Taipei, but a brilliant turnaround from Tom Avas's players. As now they lead by 6, having trailed by as many as 9 points in the opening minute of the game. Japan just started to battle back, and there is their leading scorer, Yudai Nishida. There's Ray Chen, one of the leading scorers as well here for Chinese Taipei, but this is the only player in double figures. He does have 10 points, but remember, Ray Chen also has 3 personal fouls. Well, Japan only with 2 3-pointers so far in this game. Chinese Taipei just says they have 3 3-pointers, but you really see that they did actually make 5 in that first half, and 8 assists for both teams. And Chinese Taipei, well, the big victory for them is winning the rebound count. They have 8 offensive boards. Yudai Nishida currently leading here at the moment with 16 points. He's 4 out of 5 from the perimeter. We'll take a look at the highlights very, very soon. Well, a spirited beginning here. That was Manu from the perimeter. Just making that final 3-pointer for Chinese Taipei. There's Yudai Nishida, of course, working the ball screens diligently with Josh Hawkinson. That time they went under the screen. They did that a few times. You don't make that mistake against Yudai Nishida. Was the take by William Manu, just getting to the bucket. Because Manu does have those 5 points as checking in. Look at the bully basketball by Brandon Gilbert. Bumping and just showing no regard. That time to Sayando. It does look indeed like Japan starting to heat up. That's great work by Yuta Watanabe on that play. That was Ray Chet. I cut it back down, but here again, Sayando. What a diamond, excuse me, Takumi Saito. Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Well, it's halftime. We'll be back very soon.
We're in for a showdown here tonight. Let's get this party started. Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good.
Bogdanovich, who goes in and scores. Ah!
This is what it's all about.
It's all one big basketball family, folks. He is a magician. Winning time. Both teams over the limit. You have got to be kidding me!
Now with 1.5 left, Japan can have one final shot. There it is. It's up. Oh! Sugoi! Oh, Maji de Baba Boom! Ryusei Shioyama did it against Qatar 2019 and Yudai Baba Boom. And I'll say it one last time. Arigato gozaimasu. Wow! Baba Boom, baby! Incredible. This Muslim has a close collaboration with good defense. Yushu Chang just trying to put Watanabe under pressure. There's the backdoor play, wide open leg, goes in, finishes. It's been a very dominant defensive display so far here from Akatsuki Japan, but they began things with that backdoor. Chinese Taipei. Another kick, that's another turnover now. Casey Tominaga's got Watanabe, there's the alley-oop at Ayasu Minasai. Well, it was the turnover. Holds a good hands. And it's the B-League combo. Hokkaido Lavenga meets Chiba Jets and Arigato gozaimasu. Tominaga, bit of contact. Nanji Deska. It is Tominaga time. Snow falls down in Sapporo. But when he plays Hokkaido Lavenga, he's always heating up. Tominaga time. Almost 3 minutes played here in the third quarter. Well, they find Hawkinson on the lob, and it's way too easy, but it's beautiful basketball. Little jumper going, that's a little too soft going for Jack Sung. Over 3 minutes. Oh, what a behind the back play. Kawamata. Oh, baby! Oh, Majide. Well, Nanji Deska. Togashi time. And double K. Nagasaki Velka gets the one. Well, sublime prime time dive. And Arigato Tomodachi. Kawamata with a finish. Full court pressure. 1-3-1 press coming from Japan. And again, force a turnover. And Hawkson comes up, throws it down with a big-time dunk. Well, there was a turnover. Good hustle by Keisei Tominaga. And Yudai Baba saving it. And then the throwdown by Sunrocket Shibuya, Josh Hawkinson. Throw it down, big man. Again, their dominant record against Chinese Taipei still persists. Ando still has it. And sayonara. What a play by Ando.
Are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me. Go tax to close out. Bruno inside.
Fills it up.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We're live here in New Taipei City at the Xinjuan Gymnasium, where currently Japan have made a comeback and lead by 6 against Chinese Taipei. Well, they're being led by the man from the Mikawa Seahorses, Yudai Nishida, because he did play at the last FIBA Basketball World Cup with Japan in Okinawa, Japan, when they did qualify for the Basketball Olympics as the highest-ranking Asian team. But Nishida, well, he's been excellent so far. Working ball screens with Josh Hawkinson, forcing the defense to go underneath, and even attacking the paints when they try to chase it. Well, Nishida, of course, one of the more exciting perimeter players on this team. So much he offers in terms of his perimeter threat, but the man who started his career with the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins and briefly with Niigata Albirex. Well, for Chinese Taipei, it's been Ray Chen. The problem for Ray Chen at the moment is in a little bit of foul trouble. Is the man now in his 2nd season in the Chinese Basketball Association with the Beijing Ducks. This is 3 out of 5 from the field, and the only Chinese Taipei player, and 2nd player in this game for that matter, in double figures. Well, he was outstanding at the FIBA Asian Cup, specifically in that opening win against Gilas Filipinas. Helping Chinese Taipei pick up 2 consecutive wins against the Philippines. But can he make history tonight? Chinese Taipei haven't beaten Japan since the FIBA World Cup qualifiers back in 2017. Well, you can see Chinese Taipei and Japanese fans in the building tonight here at the Xinjuan Gymnasium. Remember this? Well, there is Yogi Kamenos, head coach of the Taiyuan Paiyuan Pilots, plus league champion. Of course, led his team to the BCL Asia in Dubai. Because they had a magnificent final in BCL Asia East in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, narrowly losing to the SAC Broncos of Ulaanbaatar. You gotta love the atmosphere here tonight. These fans here in Chinese Taipei, they love their basketball in this arena. Of course, home to New Taipei City Kings, defending champions of TPBL. Because that young lady there, she actually works for the New Taipei City Kings. You probably see her in this building. She works behind the scenes with the team in a variety of roles. Well, Chinese Taipei, they've never gone to a FIBA Basketball World Cup. Think about it, this Group B, well, it's a tough group indeed. It's like the group of death. Korea, of course, just won their game against China. Well, the seconds remaining, of course, but they all are on their way to a 2-0 start. Well, 15 assists in the last game for Chinese Taipei. Of course, 8 so far, and they're actually 1 3-pointer away from tying the amount they made in that game in that defeat in Kobe. Well, Josh Chu of Taipei Fubon Braves in the Plus League, one of the more infamous professional teams in Chinese Taipei, because he has to play alongside, naturally, as the power forward with Brandon Gilbert. When we saw Brandon Gilbert go to the bench, that's when it started to fall apart here for Chinese Taipei. But I think they'll take a lot of confidence going into the second half. Because like I said, in quite a few categories, they are actually winning. Specifically, it's been the points in transition where they've been much better, more clinical in this game against Japan. Well, Japan now have more points from turnovers. Second chance points are going in favor of Chinese Taipei, as well as points in the paint. Chinese Taipei have 18, while Japan have 12, but 16 in total coming from Yudai Nishida. There's Josh Hawkinson having a few words with assistant coach Norio Sasa, who's currently the assistant coach of the Ruku Golden Kings. But better from Ray Chen, because he wasn't 100% in the last game in Kobe, Japan, but he's got 10 tonight. While Benson Lin, one of 3 players who currently plays in China in the CBA. Does have 2 3-pointers so far, but there's Yuta Watanabe, the former NBA player. There's Josh Hawkinson leading the rebound count. So Takumi Saito does have 3 assists. Remember, Josh Hawkinson was 2 assists away from a potential triple-double last game. Hiro Takayoshi of the San Antonio Phoenix now in his 2nd season. That professional team right by Mount Fuji after playing many years with Alvak Tokyo. Well, there is Hiroshima Dragonflies player Nick Kay. Well, the former FIBA Asia Champions Cup winner Seiya Ando, 3 players on this team: Takumi Saito, Yudai Baba. So far it's been led by Yudai Nishida in this game. 16 points, 2 rebounds. Because having a very good season with Seahorses Mikawa. It's the B-League. Very different scene this season. It's actually Nagasaki Velka with the best record along with Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. And no doubt Tom Avast following that professional league very closely. Because having a few words with Nagoya Diamond Dolphins point guard Takumi Saito, but you think of Josh Hawkinson, it's like it's becoming a very tough season yet again here with the Sun Rockers Shibuya. Because they're sitting 8th in the Eastern Conference with a record of 8-10. The team always has high expectations of getting into the not only getting to the B-League playoffs, but contesting, but just haven't been a B-League title contender in the last few years. Well, Lutsen Chiang, of course, a Plus League champion, defending champion with Taoyuan Paoyuan Pilots here in Chinese Taipei. Because he's had to match up defensively with that man. I think Lutsen Chiang, Justin Liu, has done a good job so far. He's got 7 points. Also has 2 rebounds to go to his name so far this evening. But a whole nother half to play, and Japan have turned this game around. 0 points. Still coming from the first ever $1 million Japanese plays. Only taking 1 shot, Yuki Tagashi. But 5 points from that man, William Manu, coming off the bench. So now we're just under 80 seconds from resuming this game here in the 2nd half. Well, it's been a long time indeed since Chinese Taipei had that 1-point victory against Japan back in 2017 in the 2019 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Gianluca Tucci knows the depth isn't the same with his team in terms of the amount of players he can bring into the lineup as Japan. But Brandon Gilbeck, who has 9 rebounds, is going to have to play the rest of the half in my mind. Use that QR code to download the official FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifying app. Follow your favorite players and teams right from the qualifiers up until Doha 2027. Get all the best news and highlights that matter to you most. Use that QR code and download it on your smartphone, tablet, or Android. Well, there is the new Taipei City Kings big man, Washburn. He did play in BCL Asia in the window in this arena. This holds citizenship of the United States and Bulgaria, for that matter. Well, watching some of his teammates and rivals of the TPBL on the floor for Chinese Taipei. Can they hang in there against one of the favorites? Well, Jack Sang is going to come back on the floor along with Brandon Gilbeck. They'll be the 2 big men inside. Ray Chen along with Benson Lin. Lutsen Chiang in the backcourt here for Chinese Taipei. Well, they made a comeback, but he knows his game is far from over. Welcome back, everybody, live here at the Xinzhuang Gymnasium. 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers between Chinese Taipei and Japan. Ray Chen, pump faking, could have gone to the free throw line. Benson Lin finds Gilbeck in the corner. Who fires a 3? That's a good offense, good look. Lutsen Chiang is going to get called for the foul. That's going to be a 2nd personal. And you kind of notice every time Chinese Taipei run that high screen with Brandon Gilbeck, it makes Japan's defense crash. At that point, they get the wide open look, but the calamity foul there with Lutsen Chiang. 12 fouls already here for Chinese Taipei. Wilkinson, handoff. Well, what a pass, goes in. Whoa! What did we just witness from the Goya Diamond Dolphins, Takumi Saito? Incredible. That was impressive. Well, Brandon Gilbert comes into the follow-up, back to a 6-point deficit. I think a foul is going to be called against Chinese Taipei. It's on Jack Seng again. Well, somebody give head coach Sean Dennis a phone call. What has he been coaching this man? Well, that was the block by Wilkinson, then the follow-up. Takumi Saito working here with Wilkinson. There's the handoff. Saito still has it. Turns around, pump fakes. Wilkinson's made 1 3. Makes another one. Biggest lead of the game for Japan. 9-point cushion. And it's Takumi Saito just causing problems. Benson Lin will fire another 3. Now make it 6 here for Chinese Taipei. And that's a good response, emotionally keeping them in the game. The question's gonna be, can they continue? Well, it's an unforced turnover. Yuta Watanabe trying to find Yudai Nishida. Chinese Taipei will get it back. Seven turnovers already in this game for Akatsuki Japan. Almost 2 minutes played here in the third quarter. Benson Lin being matched up with Takumi Saito. Handoff with Jack Seng. Gilbert again coming up for the high screen. Seng hesitates, now goes for it. And another 3-pointer, back-to-back triples coming from the Taipei Fubon Braves man. A 9-point lead cut down to 3. Wilkinson goes for another one. And both teams exchanging triples. Well, Chinese Taipei are just leaving them way too wide open. Chen finds Lutsun Chen. Well, they got to give it to Gilbert. Goes for 15. Just can't get it. Saito comes up with it. Japan want to run. While Nishida's got 19. 16, sorry. And another offensive board. Well, Saito. Well, the point guard got the offensive board and the second chance points, but it was uncontested. And with Chinese Taipei cut it down to 3 points, it's now a 5-0 run from Tama Bass's plays. Coach Tucci wants to talk it over. Look at the rebound count so far. Chinese Taipei still actually winning the offensive boards, but you can see at the moment, Takumi Saito is causing a lot of problems here for Chinese Taipei's post-interior defense. Offensively, it's not been the same production from Brandon Gilbert. I mean, he's 4 points away from a potential double-double. Does have 2 assists, but Takumi Saito, I mean, he is having a game of games at the moment. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Chinese Taipei struggling to get it inbound. Benson Lin caught a double team. Lin penetrates. Draws another foul here on Yudai Baba. That's only going to be Baba's second personal foul. Baba trying to close out Just making that contact. Well, the guy hit inbound. Tseng. Chen went back to it. They didn't get it to him. Lu Cheng. Nice penetration. Avoids the block. And what a move by Justin. Well, he has had some great moments. Can he continue to fire in? 9 points. And Takumi Saito looking like a Japanese Steve Nash at the moment. 8 points. And he just can't stop it. Simple. Benson. There's contact. It's on the ground. That's going to be Japan's second team foul. And only the first foul against Takumi Saito. Look at this. Taoyuan Pilots plus league defending champion Lu Cheng with the floater. And Takumi Saito, the Japanese Steve Nash, the little teardrop. Benson trying to make the most of a mismatch. Twisting, post up. Battling for offensive boards. Tseng comes up with it. Ray Chen wide open. But Japan come up with it. Now they want to run here. Baba kicks out, finds Watanabe. 3 is up. And another offensive board. Watanabe. Well, Hawkinson's wide open. They don't get it to him. But again, the pick and roll with both Saito and Hawkinson. Kicks out Yudai Baba for 3. Finally, Chinese Taipei prevented Japanese offensive board. That's going to be a third team foul. This one's on Josh Hawkinson. That's going to be his first personal foul. So Japan with only 1 more to give. Hawkinson trying to come out and hedge, but point there just unfortunately not quick enough. Is Shuta Hata coming back into lineup here for Japan. Well, Hata with 4 points. He has converted 1 3-pointer so far in this game. Benson going between the legs. Wraparound lay. Okay, just can't finish. And that would have been a huge move by Benson Lin. But good defense by Japan. Well, good hands by Gilbert. Can Chinese Taipei get something? Justin. Oh, baby! Wan An Shesheni. Lu Cheng tried to lob in the first half of Gilbert. Couldn't connect. And finally, the big man. Well, what a play indeed. Hawkinson can't finish. And now here comes Chinese Taipei, riding with confidence. Lu Cheng goes baseline. And what a block by Watanabe. But it goes out of bounds. While Lu Cheng threw it up, and the Formosa's Dreamers, Brandon Gilbert, connects with it. Jaiyo, Chinese Taipei. What a dunk. Six-point lead still to Japan. Nishida bumps. Almost lose. That's going to be a traveling violation. Wow, good defense by Brandon Gilbert. Well, they started the half up by 6. Still only lead by 6 with 4:45 to go. Second turnover of the game for Yudai Nishida. Just extensive minutes played by these Chinese Taipei players in comparative to the Japanese team. Gilbert. Well, they wanted to go to work. Chen pulls up from 18. You can see the backcourt players coming in to get the rebounds, preventing Chinese Taipei offensive rebounds. Oh, it's another Japanese turnover. They got numbers. They find Benson, avoids the block, gets some rebound. Still can't get it, and a wasted opportunity, but Chinese Taipei come up with it. Lin, corner, has it. It just won't go. And I think a technical foul is going to be called here. So Chinese Taipei are going to get a free throw. And I think it's on head coach Tom Avas. Cooler heads need to prevail at this moment. Japan had just got frustrated on that pass play because they felt a foul should have been called. Well, no. Something's happened here as well because I don't know if it's one technical or two technicals called. It says one shot, so it's only a technical foul, I think, so nothing more than that. Ray Chen makes the free throw. Five-point Japan lead. Guess they went up by double figures here in the third quarter. Just need some calm play here. Now Watanabe finding Nishida. Well, again, they go into the screen, but Lu Chang, the give and go. That's going to be another turnover. Third, wow. That's going to go to Chinese Taipei, I think. It's hard to see. Was there, did it come off of Ray Chen or did it come off of Yudai Nishida? Well, a timeout is going to be called. I believe head coach Tom Avass just wants to get a little bit of composure with his players. They currently still lead by 5 with 3:49 to go here. Let's have a look here. Watch. Wilson makes the pass. It's here. I think that comes up. Well, let's have a look. That comes off Nishida, yeah. Wow, I don't know. From that angle, a little bit different maybe. Does Lu Chang push that out? That's the question. Still going to find out what the decision was because we have it down as a turnover, but I don't know if it's been overchanged or overturned, I should say. So now Tominaga is also back in the lineup here for the Akatsuki Japan. Tominaga, relatively quiet night. He's 1 for 9 from the field so far. 0 for 4 from the three-point line. So it looks like Chinese Taipei, yeah, they'll get it back. It is a turnover officially. Japan have had 6 turnovers here in the third quarter. They've got to take care of the basketball. Benson Lin, Ray Chen, Lu Chang in the backcourt for Chinese Taipei. Lin. Still got it, trying to find Ray Chen. Now we're into 10. Back to Gilbeck. Gilbeck trying to force his way in. And a foul is going to be called against Watanabe. So free throws coming up. And that's the final team foul against Japan. Well, it's like I said before, you run that bull screen with Brandon Gilbeck, but he's got to go to work. He's got to be an offensive threat. Japan are clogging the paints, but this is much better by Brandon Gilbeck. Well, if he makes these 2 free throws, he'll get a double-double. First one good. Chinese Taipei 5 out of 9 from the free throw line this evening. Because they love him here in Chinese Taipei, where he does play for the Formosa Dreamers. Double-double for Brandon Gilbeck. Because he was leading scorer in the last game a few days ago in Kobe, Japan for Chinese Taipei, but didn't get a double-double. 3-point lead to Japan. Hawkinson comes up with the screen. Sayando still has it. Trying to find Tominaga. Chinese Taipei do have fouls to give here in the third. Ando gets rejected. Well, just a wonderful. This is my house, said Brandon Gilbeck. Well, thinks he's got the 7-foot show, but then Gilbeck just said, no, sir, goodbye. It's okay. Get out of here. That was a good switch on defense by the big man. Still time here for Japan. 3:08 left. Already 6 blocks in the game. Hawkinson finds Watanabe, good defense. Oh, was it a shot? Or was it a 24-second violation? No, they counted it. That counts. I think that was a shot attempt, but I think, will Yuta Watanabe get the assist? That's what I want to know. Or will it be the offensive rebound and the putback? No, I think it's the offensive board. Crucial second chance points there for Japan. Benson penetrates. Sang. Pump fakes. Well, could have got. Finds Gilbeck. Goes in. Big man. Just on domination mode. Formosa's Dreamers right now inside the paint for Chinese Taipei. Still a 3-point ball game. Tominaga. The movement from Japan, but you see Chinese Taipei trying to switch everything on defense. Hada with the floater, can't get it. Gilbert gets his 11th rebound. Chinese Taipei can cut it down to 1. Well, that's going to be, I think, well, Ray Chen's got to calm down. Ray Chen, I think, is going to pick up a technical foul. What was he thinking, shouting at the referee? I think Ray Chen has just picked up a technical. Shooter Hada's called for the foul, but still waiting to confirm. Yeah, Ray Chen, absolutely unnecessary. Getting in the referee's face. No need whatsoever. So yeah, it's going to be a technical foul against Ray Chen, but a personal foul against Shooter Hada. And that's his 4th foul. You got to ask the question, why? Just why? Watch here. Here's the foul by Shooter Hara. There's a bit of contact. Hara commits the foul right here. Now watch Ray Chen. Well, you can't see him. So Shooter Hada's left the game. Well, he can complain only once. And he is an experienced, great basketball player, but he knows better. Here's the technical foul free throw. Converted by Tominaga. Oh, we're probably not going to see him until the 4th quarter. Now it's a team control foul, so it's not necessarily affects the penalty. So Joseph Lin is back in the lineup here for Chinese Taipei. Hasn't played since the 1st quarter. Benson Lin picks up his dribble. Good defense by Yoshi. Woodson Shang pulls up from 15. Nice take, but unable to finish. Neither team with any fouls to give. Japan looking to extend their lead. Well, Tominaga went back door, was wide open. Watanabe, mid-range. Unable to finish. 12th rebound for Brandon Gilbeck. 90 seconds to go here in the 3rd. Chinese Taipei looking to make it a 1-possession ball game. Woodson Shang penetrates. The Lin's just come off the bench. Justin's got to go to work. Time winding down. Finds Gilbeck. There's the foul. It's on Tominaga. And no protests from the Hokkaido Levenga shooting guard. Brandon Gilbeck can indeed cut it down to a 2-point deficit, but good. Again, it's the same thing. When Chinese Taipei run this high pick and roll with Brandon Gilbeck, excuse me, this offense opens up. It causes problems with Japan's defense. And I think they just need to get into it a lot quicker every offense. Gilbeck with the double-double, 11 points, 12 boards. He does have 3 assists. Can cut it down to a 2-point deficit. 1:12 to go. It's been, if you think about it, 8 years since Chinese Taipei, oh, he missed the free throw, beat Japan in a FIBA World Cup qualifying match. Back with Lin Xie, the GOAT, the beast. Was arguably the greatest player in the history of Chinese Taipei basketball. Tominaga, deep 3. Still just can't convert. Now, given the time here, Chinese Taipei could go 2 for 1. Benson finds Justin. So Chang attacks, bumps, and now he'll go to the free throw line. Well, Brandon Gilbert looks like, I mean, the first half he looked cool, calm, and collected. But now he's gone like beast mode. Well, the dunk isn't going to account here, but great penetration by the Taiyuan Pilots shooting guard. And take indeed, because now rewards him with 2 free throws. But remember, he was 1 out of 4 from the free throw line in Kobe. No problem this time. Well, if Chinese Taipei get a stop, the 2-for-1 is on the cards. 4 fouls for Ray Chen, watching from the bench. Japan have had a very tough third quarter indeed. But now Ando, quickly off the screen, still can't get it. Chinese Taipei, 10 seconds difference. Run the high ball screen, they want to do again here. And another foul committed, and another trip to the free throw line. And it's on Ando. Well, it's exciting to think that we have a whole nother quarter of basketball to play. But watch here, Ando just fighting around the screen against Justin Liu. That's tough. I mean, there's contact, but I'd say if anything, it's an intelligent play by Liu Chang because he knows Ando's chasing him and just slows down enough so that he can initiate that contact because both teams are in the penalty. It's now Yuki Togashi, 2021 B-League champion, the $1 million player, back in the lineup. Well, much better from the free throw line. And there you can see the Taiyuan Pilots fans making the short journey from Taiyuan here to New Taipei City, supporting their hero. We can't actually give them the lead. Both teams have had their biggest leads at 9 points. Chinese Taipei had that in the first minute when they converted 3 3-pointers. 2 from Benson Lin, 1 from Ray Chen. Oh, he missed it. Well, Japan can have the final shot. That would have been Chinese Taipei's first lead since the second quarter. But is it Togashi time? Right off the bench. Got it by Benson Lin. Hawkinson coming up for the screen. Yoshi penetrates, finds Hawkinson, unable to finish. Bit of time here. Oh, he turned it over. It's not going to count. Time had expired. Well, we head into the final 10 minutes. All level here in New Taipei City at the Xinjuan Gymnasium. Normally the home of the New Taipei City Kings, but right now a wave of blue and white as Chinese Taipei look for their first win against Japan in a FIBA World Cup qualifying matchup for the first time in 8 years. Well, Tom Avas, of course, unfortunately did pick up a head coach's technical, but combined total of 15 3-pointers from these two teams. Chinese Taipei, of course, made 2 of them here in the third quarter. Well, we're going to take a look at the highlights from the third very soon. Kind of game you'd like to see an exciting ending, no doubt about it. But Brandon Gilbert, I mean, he's only subbed out for less than a minute, I think, in this game. Well, big one indeed between these two teams. Well, Benson Lin has had some good moments. That was a huge three-pointer by Jack Sang of Taipei FIBA Braves. An offensive rebounding much better here in the second half from Japan. At times, Takumi Saito didn't quite realize how wide open he was. And Josh Hawkinson, 2 crucial 3-pointers here in the third quarter. But here was Justin Liu Chang going in with a teardrop, avoiding the block. A big-time play to say the least. And that was the alley-oop mode. Ray Chen finding Brandon Gilbert mid-air. Chinese Taipei back in this one. And Gilbert again with the seal-off. Big man of the Formosa Dreamers. And even the Japanese fans who've made the short journey have loved every moment of this game. Fans, use that QR code to download Courtside 1891, where you can get all the best streams, schedules, and scores. The home of international basketball, Courtside 1891. Well, Mr. Double-Double, Brandon Gilbeck. Terrific game for him this evening. As now we begin. Welcome back, everybody, live here at the Shinjuang Gymnasium. Japan versus Chinese Taipei. FIBA basketball World Cup qualifiers. Tagashi goes in, count it. The $1 million player going to the free throw line. And good start here for Japan. It's patient play by the Chiba Jets point guard. Doesn't settle for a lot of three-pointers in the B League, but this time forcing the switch and just getting right to the bucket. The foul was on Brandon Gilbeck, I believe. Oh no, it's on Jack Sang. That's on Jack Sang. Just wondering if that's his fourth personal foul. So Sang, no more fouls to give. He's not going to come out of the game. So Gashi converts the three-point play. Back to a three-point Japanese lead. We can see Ray Chen and Jack Sang, the only players in foul trouble at the moment. Back to Gilbeck on that high screen. Twisting, caught in a double team. Woo-Sun Chang penetrates. Contact, and he'll go back to the free throw line. Well, he's causing a lot of problems right now for Japan's defense. And he's always going right. Well, the Shida thought he was going for a three-pointer. You can see him closing him up. He was standing upright, so. Makes the first free throw. Because he was an 85% free throw shooter for Taiyuan Payan Pilots in the BCL Asia East qualifiers. Because throughout the entire Plus League campaign where they won the championship last season, he was 74%. Makes them both. Well, he's got 15 points tonight, Justin Liu. 4 out of 10 from the field, 7 out of 10 from the free throw line. So Gashi, contact again, and finishes. Well, thought a foul should have been called. And he was scoreless up until this fourth quarter, and now he's got 5. Big input by Yuki Togashi. Lin still has it, finds Jack Sang. That's gonna be an offensive foul. And Sang has got to have a quicker three-point shot because he should have taken that one. And both Woo-Sun Chang and Justin Lin, he's now fouled out of the game. So ACU is going to come back in the lineup along with Jonah Morrison. Morrison is going to play power forward. I just wonder who ACU is subbed in for. So Justin Lin is also subbed out. He's played a few minutes in this game. Joseph Lin, excuse me. That's a good call. That's good defense by Hiro Takayoshi. It's a B-League matchup between ACU and Togashi. Togashi wants that space. He's trying to keep him in front. Good hands by ACU, but that's going to be a foul. Because Chinese Taipei have got to calm down. You can see Tucci telling his players, don't react. We've already got one technical. We don't need another one. I mean, anytime you reach from behind like that, it's always a 50-50 call regardless. You just invite a decision. That's a foul. That's a foul Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, any day that ends in a Y. Togashi, baseline, finds Yoshi, corner. Can't get it. Watanabe, offensive board, and now puts it back up by 5. Chinese Taipei go to this ball screen with Brandon Gilbeck. Find the big man. There's a kick out. Morrison. Now goes with Hawkinson. That's gonna be a traveling violation, yep. Well, Morrison had it in the corner. I'm not quite sure he could have gone for the three-pointer. But now Ray Chen is back in the lineup here for Chinese Taipei. Remember, he's got 4 fouls as well. He's got to play smart. Two minutes played here in the fourth quarter. Remember, Korea's won twice against China. Nishida goes in, now makes it a 7-point ball game. And the problem there is Ray Chen, a technical foul has been called against Japan. Well, who's this on? It's on Yudai Nishida. So did Yudai Nishida say something after making the bucket? Watch here. Chen doesn't want to pick up a foul. Nishida makes the bucket. I don't think he said anything. I think maybe what he did was picked up the ball, tried to maybe throw it back, but maybe they looked at that as he threw it. But Chen off the bench, going to take the technical foul free throw, and he makes it. Back to a 6-point deficit. And that's Japan's second technical of the game, because remember, head coach Tom Avas unfortunately picked up one. Well, Nishida still leading scorer here in this game. 17 points tonight for Yudai Nishida. Or, correction, 18 actually. ACU finds Gilbeck. Gilbeck bumps. That's going to be a blocking foul. So again, 2 free throws coming up for Chinese Taipei. And you can just see again, run that high pick and roll. And the offense opens up. He's open every time. High post. And here's the worrying part for Chinese Taipei. They're down by 6. And they're 13 out of 19 from the free throw line. Think about it. Make all those free throws that you've missed. Brandon Gilbert could hypothetically be giving you the lead. And Gilbert again, now at the free throw line. Gets the first one. Goes Western Illinois University. Was a 57% free throw shooter in his senior year in high school. This has always been between 50 and 60% from the charity stripe in his career. Second one, no good. 5-point lead to Japan. Nishida kicks out, finds Togashi wide open. Togashi time indeed. Buries the tray ball and gives Japan an 8-point lead. Well, nice play coming from Nishida to identify the wide open Togashi. Gilbert again coming over Ray Chen. It's a Chang pump fakes. Finds an opening. Gilbert, oh, too strong on the tip in. Oh, he should have made that one. 3 minutes played. Togashi back to back. Just maybe a little bit too quick. Chang working again with Brandon Gilbeck. Finds the big man. He's got to go up with it. Nelson, pump fakes. Gets straight to the bucket. Gets rejected by Hawkinson. Well, great defense. I feel a bit of fatigue in both teams. Watanabe. Hawkinson's made 2 threes. Doesn't get this one. Justin Liu just does enough to prevent a Japanese offensive board. Chinese Taipei needs something from this offense. They're down by 8. Gilbert in the paint. Finds Justin Liu. He'll fire a wide open 3. And neither team, but good hustle by ACU, but it goes out of bounds. Japan will get it back. Japan, it's about holding on to the lead. For Chinese Taipei, you've got to play great defense, and then you've got to come up with something big down the other end. Nishida. Straight to the bucket, and a foul has been called. It's on Brandon Gilbeck. So 2 free throws coming up for Yudai Nishida. and a chance to make this the biggest lead of the game. That's great play by Yuta Nishida. That's a good call. I mean, he touches him on the head. Well, Nishida makes the first free throw. Just a game for him to remember. But still 5:48 to go. Can't put him up by 10 with their biggest lead if he makes this one. Does that. Japan have only missed 4 free throws this evening. ACU goes behind the back. Again, Gilbert trying to connect. No foul given. And now here comes Japan. Watanabe. He'll go in. He'll finish. And quickly converting the missed lob into fast break points. And it's a 12-point Akatsuki Japan lead. And Gianluca Tucci calls timeout. Well, we were all level at the beginning of the 4th quarter. The Chinese Taipei just couldn't get off to a good start. They've come a long way in this game. Still this time with 5:37. But this team must dig deep. The Chinese Taipei will also have to go up against both Korea and China. Korea undefeated so far with 2 wins against China after winning yet again today. Gianluca Tucci just trying to get some final words in this timeout, but well, it's been a tough one. I mean, it's been a great performance from Brandon Gilbert with his double-double at 10 points and 14 rebounds. Remember, Brandon Gilbert has 4 fouls. So does Ray Chen. Ray Chen also has 14 points, as well as Justin Liu. This is 7 out of 20 from the 3-point line tonight, Chinese Taipei. You compare that to Japan. Japan at 9 out of 31. Just shooting below 30%. They're the traveling fans who made the journey from Japan. Well, he can't commit another foul. Neither can Ray Chen. Japan at the moment is holding on to this lead. Look at the head-to-head between those two. Both players double-doubles, respectively, for Japan and Chinese Taipei. Ray Chen. Wilson comes out. Japan's got 1 foul to give. Woodson Chang, ankle breaker. Kicks out. Someone's got to take a shot. Ray Chen. Gilbert. Woodson Chang. Tries to go baseline. And a foul is going to be committed. And Japan commit the wrong foul at the wrong time. It's on Yuta Nishida. It's going to be Nishida's 3rd personal foul. I don't think Woodson Chang is going to get a good shot off from this angle. Because Watanabe can come over and have that covered. But Justin Liu, 7 out of 10 for the free throw line this evening. Now making 8 out of 11. He's now Chinese Taipei's leading scorer this evening. This is Taiyuan Pilots head coach Yogi Kamenos sitting and watching courtside. 2nd free throw good. Still a 10-point lead to Japan. Almost halfway to go here in the 4th quarter. Nishida trying to work around the screen. But Chinese Taipei don't have any fouls to give. So Gashi's made 1 3. Doesn't get this one. Manu comes up with a rebound. Can they cut it into single digits? And another foul is going to be committed. Well, if it's on Hawkinson, I believe. But Japan just trying to aggressively defend every ball screen. That's going to be number 2 on Hawkinson. It's not Yoshi. I think that's on Hawkinson, maybe. No, it's on Hidotaka Yoshi's fouled out. That's his 5th foul. Well, Yoshi has fouled out, so Yudai Baba has come back in the lineup here for Akatsuki Japan. Lee Chang yet again hits another free throw here for Chinese Taipei. Because they're now 17 out of 24 from the free throw line. And you got to think, if you make all your missed free throws, hypothetically, you're right in this with 4:40 to go. He can't make it an 8-point deficit. He does just that. 18 tonight for Justin Liu. What a performance. What's happened here? A slight delay in game here. I'm not quite sure what's happened. The officials are just having a discussion about something. But the free throw counts as we say, so unless there's a lane violation. Well, Gianluca Tucci has worked with some great teams over the years. Sitting against Avellino, Venezia in the Italian LBA. What's happened? They're gonna go to the monitor to review something. Not quite sure what it is. Again, we'll have to go to the monitor and have a look. So the players now will go to the bench. Now this is an official review, not a head coach's challenge. So they've identified something. Is there potentially a headbutt maybe with Yoshi into Brandon Gilbeck? Not sure. I don't think so. Oh, maybe something else. Watch Yoshi. Hirotaka Yoshi going to Gilbeck. Actually don't know, guys. Let's see if this needs to be upgraded. But we will find out very, very soon. Something's happened here, I guess. Well, I'm very perplexed. I don't know what's going on here. So the free throws apparently now will not count. Well, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know what's happened. I mean, we have it down as a team foul against Japan, but so Japan get it back. Well, I'll try to keep you updated when we get information about what the call was. Japan lead by 10. Nishida back to Hawkinson. Little jump hook. Can't finish, goes out of bounds. Chinese Taipei will get it back. That's a good execution there. .425. While they turn it over, Baba comes up with it. And that is just a calamity there for Chinese Taipei. Baba now makes it a 12-point lead. Well, good hands by Yuta Baba. Now Manu wants to go Watanabe. Goes in, avoids the block. What a move by Manu. Oh, Chinese Taipei Manu went straight at Yuta Watanabe. And a tough finish. Samuel Manu, remember that name. Japan holding on to this 10-point lead. Watanabe curls the screen in the paint. Can't finish. Big offensive board. What a block by Gilbeck. But they saved this one. Time winding down. Watanabe in the corner. And a foul is going to be called against Josh Hawkinson. That's just threw Lee Chen to the ground. I think they're on the rebound. There's the open three by Watanabe. I think he just bumps it, really. I mean, it's a foul. It's the right call, but there wasn't any bad intent there by Josh Hawkinson. He's not that kind of player. But Ray Chen a chance now to chip this down to an 8-point deficit if he can make these free throws. Chinese Taipei now made 17 tonight. They've missed a lot. Chen makes them both. 8-point ball game. 3:26. Big game tonight for Ray Ray. He's now joint leading scorer along with Justin Liu with 16. Lee Chen 8 out of 9 for the charity stripe. Can Japan just continue to hang on? Remember, neither Chinese Taipei nor Japan have any fouls to give, and that's going to be a traveling violation. Oh, double dribble. And Yudai Nishida has indeed committed 4 turnovers here in the second half. But no panic there from head coach Tom Levasse. Have a look at the replay. Oh, yeah, it's the right call. I thought it was going to be a carrying violation, but Chinese Taipei musters something here. Just over 3 minutes. 8 long years since they beat Japan by 1 in the World Cup qualifiers. Nelson still has it. Pulls up, 3. Almost got it. Manu battles, goes out of bounds. We like the hustle there. At least he's attempted to go in for a second chance. Japan just defending that ball screen perfectly. Lee Chen doesn't want to pick up a 5th foul. He's just trying to prevent Togashi. He's got to be careful. Chinese Taipei cannot afford to lose him. Nishida. Good recovery by Benson Lin. And now another high screen for Togashi. Pick and pop. Hawkinson, huge 3. Can't get it. Gilbeck. Another huge rebound. Number 15 for Brandon Gilbeck. Ray Chen can cut it down to 5. And the 3s just haven't dropped for Chinese Taipei. Japan have a man up. Can they capitalize? Baba gets his pocket pick, but that's going to remain Akatsuki Japan's ball on the baseline. Well, Tom Levasse is going to call timeout. 16 fresh on the shot clock with 2:12 to go here in the 4th quarter. We're live at New Taipei City at the Shinjuang Gymnasium. Japan lead by 8. It'll be their ball on the baseline when we come back. Well, there's Grande Mikey. Koya Kawamata. Nagasaki Velka. 2 players from Nagasaki Velka, including Yudai Baba. 6 B-League champions in this lineup. 3 FIBA Asia Champions Cup champions back in 2019 when they represented Alvak Tokyo. And Seiya Ando, Takumi Saito, and Yudai Baba. Look at the points there. Japan much better in this game from the 3-point line. Slightly better than Chinese Taipei, but both teams just need to take care of the basketball. Well, good game for Ray Chen. But remember, he's got 4 fouls. As does Brandon Gilbeck. Jack Sung is fouled out of the game already. Japan looking with over 2 minutes to make this a double-digit lead again. Nishida, pump fakes. Doesn't get it. Again, Chinese Taipei come up with it. Time isn't on their side. They must score here. Try to cut it down to 6 or 5 if they can. Fatigue for sure a factor for Chinese Taipei. Gilbeck finds Manu. Kicks out. Another three. He just won't go. And that's going to be Ray Chen's 5th foul. Well, Gilbeck had Lu Cheng originally wide open on the perimeter, but they didn't go to him. Went to William Manu on the baseline. And Japan may have just ridden the Chinese Taipei storm. This Chinese Taipei, a spirited performance, tying the game up at the end of the 3rd quarter. And there's the Ray Chen fan club. Of course, the Beijing Ducks jersey that he wears in the CBA in China. Phenomenal performance tonight from Yudai Nishida. Now 21 points, making that free throw. Just needs 2 rebounds to get to a double-double. He's got 8 so far tonight. Well, Bro Linsanity getting ready to sub back into the game here for Chinese Taipei. Missed the free throw. 95 seconds, 9-point lead. ACU down to Gilbert. The foul is going to be called. That's an unsportsmanlike foul. Well, Brandon Gilbeck will go to the free throw line for 2. We can try to cut it down to 7. And Chinese Taipei will get it back. What a dime by ACU. That's the right call. No, you didn't get ball. And he swipes at it. Well, actually, no, from that angle he did. I take that back. My apologies, but he does connect. So 2 crucial free throws for Brandon Gilbeck, and Chinese Taipei will retain possession. But a head coach is challenged by Tom Abbas. To see whether this should be downgraded. The question is, does this get downgraded? It's going to be a tough decision because one side does, well, I mean, for this angle, it does look like a definitive unsportsmanlike foul because he's holding on to the arm there still. But then from the other angle, you do see that he does initially make contact with the ball. Right there. The initial contact is with the ball. The question is, how are you going to assess this? Regular foul or unsportsmanlike? Well, here we go. A decision's been made. Yep, it's going to stay on unsportsmanlike. Well, if we can make these, we'll cut it down to 7. Remember, they will get it back with 90 seconds left. Inspiring performance tonight with 13 points, 17 boards. He was great at the FIBA Asia Cup last summer in Saudi Arabia. Well, sideline ball to Chinese Taipei. Want to run that quick high pick and roll with Brandon Gilbeck. Lu Cheng penetrates. It's a good move, but he's unable to finish. Great defense by Yuta Watanabe. There's a foul again. I'm not sure we might commit that foul because only down 7 with 1:14. Well, Yudai Baba Boom, B-League champion, was going to say BCL Asia, but actually former FIBA Asia Champions Cup with Alvac Tokyo. And now leading Nagasaki Velco with the best record in the B League this season. Chris Brennan played in the Australian NBL. Makes both free throws. 9-point lead to Japan. The Chinese Taipei don't have a lot of time. Got to go quick. No Ray Chen on the floor. Trying to get Joseph Lin wide open. Back to Gilbeck, and it's a turnover. And there you have it, 5th final, and it's an unsportsmanlike. But it's great defense yet again by Yuta Watanabe. Because now Japan knew exactly where Chinese Taipei wanted to go with the high pick and roll. No Jack Sang either, so it's going to have to be a much smaller lineup here for Chinese Taipei. Well, an outstanding performance from Brandon Gilbeck with 14 points, 17 rebounds. But his night, unfortunately, is over. Now Watanabe can extend it to a double-digit lead, and Japan will get it back. There's 1:02 to go. Well, it was an inspiring third quarter from Chinese Taipei, mounting the comeback, tying the game up at the end of the third. Even Yuta Watanabe is telling his teammates, out. It's an unsportsmanlike. We're going to get the ball back. Watanabe 1 rebound away from a double-double tonight. He makes both free throws. A tough one for Brandon Gilbeck. It's been an inspiring game, if you ask me, from him. Both him and Ray Chen, unfortunately, fouling out. 2 of the key players. Togashi matched up by Joseph Lin. Togashi coming off the screen. Kicks out by Nishida. Deep 3. Not going to get it. Now Madu just trying to push as quick as he can here. Woodson Chang puts up a quick 3, and finally they got one to go here in the 4th quarter. That cuts it back down to 8. A great game from Justin Liu. Now 19 points, Chinese Taipei's leading scorer this evening. Japan happy to wind the clock down. They know if they're fouled, they'll go to the free throw line. Watanabe from the mid-range, not going. Chinese Taipei have it. But they're gonna need a miracle now. Manu, pump fakes. Bit of contact, goes in, but he doesn't get the +1. But he can cut it down to a 6-point deficit if he converts these free throws. That's a good take by Samuel Manu. He made a 3-pointer earlier in the first half. Who started JUCO basketball in the NCJA JUCO with the College of San Mateo, then played 2 seasons with the University of California, Davis. Joined the TPBL here in Chinese Taipei last season with Taipei Taishan Mars. His teammates with Jordi Chimanga. Played in the BCL Asia last season with the Sacramento Broncos of Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. But he missed the first free throw. Averaged 10 points and 5 rebounds last season in the TPBL. Second free throw good. 10.1, 7-point deficit. That's a quick foul on Josh Hoganson with 9.3. Unfortunately, it's the last play you want to foul going to the free throw line. Because Josh Hoganson, throughout his entire B-League career, has never shot below 78% from the free throw line. Well, missed that one. 84% for Shibuya last season in the B-League. Because the only time he averaged a double-double in his B-League career is when he played for the Fighting Eagles in Nagoya, but that was in the 2nd division in B2. Why miss them both? Got to go quick. ACU finds Nelson Lin. Not going to go. Well, there you have it. Japan are going to pick up consecutive victories against Chinese Taipei here in the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Well, they had to dig deep. Beginning of the game was a great run for Chinese Taipei, starting on a 9-0 run with 2 threes from Benson Lin and Ray Chen. And although Chinese Taipei leveled things up at the end of the 3rd quarter, Japan prevailed, led by that man on Mikawa Seahorses, Yudai Nishida. 21 points from Yudai Nishida, 8 rebounds. A team full of B-League stars, 6 B-League champions in this lineup. And well, both Japan and Korea will start Group B undefeated here in the opening window of the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. An outstanding start for both teams. Both China and Chinese Taipei will begin without wins. Well, you got to think, where next for these two teams when we come back to the second window in February? Chinese Taipei, they'll go up against both Korea and China, but you look at the stats there. No Mohamed Gadiaga in this game. Chinese Taipei, 8 for 26 on the three-point line. Both teams having a lot of misses from the three-point line, but from the free throw line had their misses. Chinese Taipei winning both the rebound and assist count with only one more turnover. Lu Cheng, Justin Liu leading Chinese Taipei with 19. Watanabe, along with Hawkinson, also in double figures alongside Yudai Nishida. A great atmosphere tonight here in New Taipei City at the Xinzhuang Gymnasium. Well, both Ray Chan and Brandon Gilbeck fouling out of the game. Unfortunate, but we're going to look at the highlights. Well, the fourth quarter began with Yudai Nishida finding Yuki Togashi. Mikawa Seahorses identifying Chiba Jets on the perimeter. It was Nelson Lin. Get him rejected. Great block by Hawkinson. And this transition bucket made it a 12-point lead for Akatsuki Japan by Yuta Watanabe. Well, Togashi just having a few words with Lu Cheng. There was a steal by Misaki Velka, Yudai Baba, but look at the move here by Manu, just going right at Yuta Watanabe. Well, the only 3 of the fourth quarter hit by Lu Cheng for Chinese Taipei. Manu getting blocked. And Japan will go 2-0. Great win for Tama Bass and Akatsuki Japan, but they had to dig deep. Well, the traveling fans from Japan made the journey here to Chinese Taipei, and a big win for them nonetheless. Japan indeed will actually go top of Group B, but 2 big wins for Korea over China. Of course, winning today in Gwangju, as well as winning in China only a few days ago. Well, the next window, every team will have played each other. As we mentioned, Chinese Taipei will be at home again as they'll take on Korea. Then they'll be on the road to play against China. The same goes for Japan. Well, fans, we thank you for joining us here in Group B for the FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian Qualifiers. To all of our fans in Japan, sayonara. To all of our fans in Chinese Taipei, zaijian. Goodbye. Thanks for joining. We'll see you soon for more games.